And good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, it's been a little while. I got yelled at by some of my YouTube friends out there, and yeah, it's been a while again since I made a video. It's October now. I think it's the 14th out here. We just missed Friday the 13th, just passed by. Yeah, I've been, I don't know, maybe a month or so behind. And to anyone new to the channel, welcome. And I just do outdoorsy stuff out here. So I'm out in the woods today. Well, going to the woods. Right now I'm just going to take a quick peek at the bees. It's kind of cool, windy, really crappy weather here today. It was raining earlier, at least it stopped. But I am, I did start as a beekeeper channel, and I'm down to one hive because I moved across the country. And here it is. It's my one hive. Yeah, I've got it tied down with zip tie down straps, and it's tied to some cinder blocks, as you can see there, because it's bear territory here, and other critters too, even skunks like to mess with them, so I've got them up a little bit higher than most people, and we get a lot of snow here, so I'm thinking about going even higher with them. So far they haven't really produced a lot of honey this year. I'm not upset about it. I don't have it in the greatest spot. There's a lot of trees right here, and they're blocking their morning light. So because I'm blocking morning light, which the sun comes up pretty much behind me, and it ends up over that way. So it gets a lot of afternoon light. It does not get a lot of morning light, so which really slows down their day. They don't start work till much later. These guys are sleeping in every day, which is okay by me. I didn't put them here for the honey. These little guys are actually going to be split next season, and I'm going to start with a couple of nukes and try and get some more queens bred. And she's a really good breeder that's in here now. She had a lot of males come out this year. And that means she's a good breeder. She's laying a lot of eggs. She made a lot of brood. She went all the way up into the second super here. I don't have a queen excluder. I don't believe in them. Not for just one hive like this. When I get into production, that's a different story. But right now we're trying to breed bees, not honey. So this year what I'll do is I'll just condense these two supers, leaving them a little bit of breathing space in the middle, some lighter trays in the middle. And then that way what will happen in the winter, they'll make their way up and they'll end up somewhere in the middle of either this super here, the second super, or in the very top here. But it's very rare they make it up to here. All depends how long the winter goes, right? They're going to have more than enough food. Most people, you'll see them, they drop it right down and they don't leave a lot of honey, but that's a different situation when you have a lot of bees and you don't worry about the numbers of your colony, right? These guys here, I kind of worry about their numbers. They're just one colony, and they're new, so I want to let them get really strong, and I want to try and split as many as I can next season. So we're going to take, this is actually not why we're here. It's got nothing to do with the bees. They're not coming out today. It's too cold. They're in there, though. If I put my ear to this thing, they're there. They're humming. But actually what we're here to do today is we're going to go, I've got my beer box here. That's right, it's full of some stuff in there. There's a big knife, a salt lick block, a beverage, and a trail camera. What we're doing today is we're going out to the forest, and I don't know if you guys are going to walk that whole distance with me, but we're going to walk out to the forest, and we're going to set up a salt lick and a trail cam because it is deer season. And well, I'm not always a deer hunter, but this year I'll probably do a little bit. I like to hunt with bow. I'm not a I don't know, not big on the guns, you know. I like bow. I find it a little more of a challenge. It's a little more stealthy. I know you gotta walk a lot and chase it a lot, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm still fairly young and in decent shape, so I can walk through and chase them. The reason I'm walking backwards right now is because I'm watching to see if I'm being followed by any of my chickens, pets, or anything else, and I am not, because I don't like leading them into the bush. Sometimes my chickens will follow me all the way up here and they end up in the forest with me, and that's not where I want them. Especially right now, had a lot of fox sightings around here, a lot of coyotes have been around. There's a lot of animal trail, a lot of bear scat right now, and that's not really normal for this part of our property. The bears are usually way back. Our property's really long, so usually you'll find the bears are quite a ways back. That's my little firewood. Not enough wood yet. Keep going, Mark. Keep going. No, I've already cut quite a bit, and there's a lot of piles kicking around. But I do not have my firewood organized yet. It is mid-October, and my priority right now is walking out in the woods and baiting deer, I guess. Doesn't really make sense, but that's what I'm doing. My crossbow target set up right here. So yeah, for defense against the bear, I do have a bottle of bear spray in my pocket, and that is what I will use if I need to. So that's that, and I have a big knife, but I would prefer not to go that route. A little too close for comfort for me. So I'm just hoping, making enough noise walking around. This is black bear, but there's a mother and her cubs hanging around here. And normally I would probably bring a firearm, but it is not, I don't know. I just don't feel like I needed it today. It's the middle of the day. It's windy. Usually black bear are all right. I'm supposed to be keeping my eye on the trail for print and scat, because I want to know how far up they're coming. But I have faith in my bear spray. I really have yet to use it, so I wouldn't know if it works. I do know a 303 works pretty good though. Even something bigger, 30-06, even 30 would be nice, really nice. But I don't have any of that, so. And this is Canada. We don't, you know, we're taking everything away from everyone. It's just, I don't know. It's a little weird to me. People who live out in the country should be able to carry whatever they want for personal protection in their own backyard. Shouldn't have to look over your shoulder all the time, but I know it's the woods, and I'm in there. This is their yard too, and we have to share. And that's just how it goes, right? This is Mother Nature's yard too. We do very well moose hunting this year, so I'm not complaining. Wow, what a beautiful maple leaves, all the red leaves everywhere. Beautiful fall season so far, and I'm supposed to also be looking for mushrooms right now, so if you see me just gazing around, I'm not just looking for bears, I'm also looking for mushrooms. I've seen a lot of people posting online, and people in my area, and they're posting that they got a whole pile of oyster mushroom. And I had a bunch in the spring out here, and they were delicious, absolutely amazing, growing on the poplars. And I'm not really that great, excuse me, with mushrooms, so I only take stuff that I know. Oyster mushroom is very easy to identify, and you don't really have to worry about it. I know there is some that look like it, but I'm trying to see if there's any around here, because this is where I found a bunch last year. Usually just find them on old poplars, and that's pretty much what I found them on. We have a lot of turkey tail and polypore, birch polypore it's called. There are a lot of mosquitoes still. I don't know how. It's cold. It's not that cold though. I mean maybe 45 degrees, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. I have to get some rope to tie my salt block to a tree. I'm going to find a nice spot to tie it so I get some nice pictures. And this is where the bear scat was spotted, so I'm going to be on high alert for large black moving objects. If anybody sees anything behind me, feel free to comment. Well, this isn't live, so I guess what? I'm out of luck, eh? SOL. Okay, so we're at a we call this the cross property path. It connects all of our properties, me and my neighbors, and it's here for easy access to each other's properties, bring firewood to each other and whatnot. And if anything ever was to go down, heaven forbid, we're right on the coast, on the East Coast. If there was some sort of, nowadays this isn't sounding that crazy anymore, but invasion, we would all meet up back here with whatever we have to defend. At the end of the day, we're still a country and we still have to defend our borders, no matter how weak we get and wimpy our government gets and wants to take all of our firearms and everything else. There's still a good population of people out there who have them, and thankfully here they're along the East Coast. Oh, this is actually my little makeshift camp I made for my 13-year-old nephew and me came out and made. Pretty much he made it. Just a little tarp with a fire pit under it. It's nothing major, but here, we'll flip this around. But it's nice. And he enjoyed making it, so. And yeah, we cooked some good food here. Made some steaks. We had lobster too. It was a great dinner. Surf and turf out in the middle of nowhere. Don't mind me, I'm trying to use my camera hand, shaky, with my other hand. I'm cutting a rope. I need a piece of rope to tie this thing to a tree. Grab our box, and so I had a little tent there, and he had a hammock with a screen over top of it, $30 Amazon hammock. Actually, I put a review of it on there on my channel. And he slept under that tree with it. And it wasn't summer, it was the end of summer, and getting to be October. Not October, I guess it would have been August, late August, but it still got cool that night, and he enjoyed himself. Really had a good time. So, technically I don't even know where I'm putting this salt lick. I was trying to look for a nice open spot. I kind of wanted it along the trail. This is not really a path where the deer are walking by all the time, so I'd like to try and get it somewhere they're walking by a lot more. And I know that spot is just over here. Yeah, the world is getting crazy out there. I don't like talking politics and all that jazz, but these days you really gotta wonder, eh? I mean, oh, look at these babies. Look at those. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Now, I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably an edible one. We have a lot of good edible mushrooms here. This is probably something delicious I didn't even know about. I got to do my research and start learning. Look at those. They look beautiful. I do have the Seek app on my phone, but it doesn't seem to work that well. And I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared. Oh shoot, I should show you guys the bear scat up here. Anyhow, yeah, I don't want to trust the app to my to do that. No, I don't want to eat a poisonous mushroom. Right here we got some bear scat. Let me flip this around again. That's black bear scat, believe it or not. Apples in my neighbor's, one of my neighbors, a few doors down's yards. He's putting out apples to attract the deer. And, you know, he's getting his bear all over his camera. So, oh, a whole pile of those mushrooms growing out here. Boy, oh boy. I gotta figure out what those ones are. They look good. But, like I said, I don't mess with it. I only eat what I know, which is oyster mushroom. I'm always on guard out here. Stop here and have a look for fresh. There's some fresh deer track. Got a little mud puddle here, and I like to come by and take a peek at. See See what kind of footprints we got in here. Alright, so this is around where I was thinking of hanging my salt lick, out in this area here. That's a small bear scat. Yeah, oh, that was terrible of me. I was paying too much attention to where I'm going. So out in this area we've got nice spots, I think, to hang the salt lick and to put the camera. They like to pass by in this area here. We're on a trail. Spin this camera around again for you. So here we're on a trail that goes into our bog. There's a boreal bog over here. It's beautiful. And what happens is they cross this way, across this trail all the time here. So what I was thinking of doing is putting my salt block. I'll be down there on that dead tree there. And then I'll throw my camera back here somewhere on one of these trees. Let's see what we get. What do folks think of that? This is all trees that came down the storm. I didn't bother with the wood because it's poplar. Not very good for the fireplace. And we have the bog there, which is where I was thinking of putting it, but it's really muddy in there right now. I don't think they'll want to go in there for it, so we're going to try this tree. Alright, so put the holder on the tree. I didn't go with this dead tree because it has a pile of beautiful mushrooms around the bottom that could be edible. I don't know. So we're going to go over here and I'll flip the camera so you can see this. Probably see a good spot because there's deer tracks all through here. That's no big buck, but it's a decent size. And then we'll throw this in here. Now this thing here, I was looking at it. I'm going to put it like this so it's sticking up. I'm assuming it actually goes down. But I want it like this so they can see it and they're where it's there and they can still lick it. Then we're going to put the camera up there on that maple right in front of the beer box. Let's get started on that. And we should get some action out here. Should have brought my snips. I'm going to have to do some clearing. Goodness gracious. Okay. Set this baby up. Hopefully you brought this bad boy. This makes fast work of clearing brush. That's not how that works. Probably put another safety glove on. Safety glasses. Big knife. The idea is not to have a bunch of brush in the way of my pictures and a bunch of moving brush to set off the camera. I have a muddy something, and one is so far is still working. I don't know, let's just get a muddy something. It's a decent little camera. Got a little screen. Takes a bazillion batteries. But I don't use it that often, so I'm not too worried about it. And this is fairly easy to install. Well, hopefully it doesn't get stolen here. Wow, this tree's almost the same size as the one that was recently on. take this long. There we have it. Okay. That took a long time.